Hey there, Power Parents. I just wanted to take a quick minute to talk about something that I heard on a podcast just the other day. And this is Jamie Tardy's Eventual Millionaire. She was chatting with Corbett Miller, and I was struck by lightning. It was an amazing conversation, but one specific thing that Corbett mentioned and talked about was this idea of saving your decision making. So in a nutshell, what he talked about was all these little decisions we have to make as entrepreneurs, and that is even compounded as parents. So let's combine the two. So all these little decisions we have to make every single day as parents and as entrepreneurs, they take up the limited bandwidth that we have available for decision making. So it actually affects us almost as a physical effect. It almost has a physical effect on us. The more little teeny decisions we have to make in a day, they add up to the brain power and the brain drain of a major decision. And you know what I'm talking about. So let's say you are a working parent outside the home, and you have to think about breakfast for the kids, lunch for the kids, getting them off to daycare or school or both, packing up stuff for taking them to a sports event that night, or in my case, a music event that night. Then you have to stop by the grocery store and pick this up, or you remembered, oh, that's right, I've got to pay that bill, or oh, that's right, we need milk. All those little decisions that you have to make either spontaneously or in your business or in your day. What about, did anyone do the laundry? Did I clean the kitchen? What about the broiler pan? You know, all those little things that we have to make. Take it to your business now. What about all the little things in your business? Like, okay, how many Facebook posts am I going to post today? Oh, that's right. Did I make that phone call to make sure I get that person who needed questions about lead pages? What about that customer service call? Did anyone follow up with that person? All those things that you keep in your head, they add up throughout the day. So that by the end of your day, if you have a day like that and you have things that you keep in your head like that, would you say that by the end of your day you are exhausted? And you really haven't run a marathon, but you have in the brain. So instead of keeping all those little decisions in your head, one thing that stops me from doing that, and please go listen to Jamie's interview and chat with Corbett Miller about this because he has brilliant things to say about it. But one of the things that I do to keep those brain drains to a minimum for me, I have a power schedule, a master schedule that I call a power schedule. And I write everything in this schedule. And I mean everything. I write what time I wake up, what I'm going to do when I first wake up. Now, I don't write that I brush my teeth, okay? That's an automatic for me, right? That's an automatic for all of us. I brush my teeth, so I don't have to put that in my calendar. But I do put in my calendar my meditation with Headspace. I do put in my calendar my visualization, my openness, my who, what, and why, my exercise, my reading, my dinner making time, my time that I get the boys up and get them ready for school, the time that I make breakfast and lunch for them, when I'm going to clean the kitchen, when I'm going to do laundry, when I'm going to schedule my social media posts for the week or the next week, when I'm going to write my blog posts or record videos, when I'm going to work on lead pages or MailChimp, when I'm going to check out my backend in Bluehost and do some maintenance there. All of these things, when I'm going to do my mentoring calls, when I'm going to have my mastermind, when I'm going to add courses to my site. All of these things I have in my schedule. And to give you an idea, I had a follow-up session with one of my mentoring clients scheduled, but I had it in the wrong date. And she texted me saying, okay, are we ready to go? And I texted her back saying, what are you talking about? I'm sitting here waiting for the cable guy, because I had the cable guy in my schedule. He had to come out and do some repairs. And she was, oh, I thought we were going to meet today. And I'm like, look at my calendar. Oh, no, I don't have that till next Tuesday. I was wrong. But I live by my calendar. She wasn't on my calendar. I wasn't talking to her that time. So, power parents, every little decision that you can take out of your head and schedule it in your calendar, that's more brain power that is freed up for the major decisions. Major decisions like, when am I going to launch this, that, or the other thing? When am I going to call that very important client that I really need? Or that very important interviewee that I want to have on my show? Major decisions. Where am I going to invest my money? Where am I going to help my kid get into college? Oh my goodness. Yeah. That's major brain power that I'm trying to deny. Where am I going to get my kid a car? That's a big one I'm trying to deny. But my brain power is freed up for those things, not when am I going to exercise. Not nearly as important to utilize my brain power of keeping that in my head. Okay, I'm exercising Monday, Wednesday, and Friday. I don't keep that in my head. It's on my calendar. So, power parents, to save your brain power for the major decisions and to use it to power your business beyond your wildest dreams, schedule it. And go listen to Jamie Tardy's interview with Corbett Miller. So, power parents, enjoy the journey.